Aarti, I want to talk about fear of failure. It's a fear for adults, fear for children. How should the parents handle this with their own children? How should they prepare the children?
Ma'am, before I go to fear of failure, let's first understand scientifically why failure is important. Because when we don't understand the value of something at the level of science, we go at it only from society's expectations of success and failure, which are very relative. Like for me, what is successful may be very different from what is successful for you, what is successful for another person. So, somewhere, we try to match success to tangible results like wealth or power or position. But success could also be contentment. Success could also
So
mean
true.
peaceful living. Success could also mean just being a
Happy.
good human being, a very compassionate person, very happy, that kind of thing. So, since success itself is a very relative concept, let's not go into the definitions. But in learning, when I'm being exposed to a skill for the first time, so in a grade 3, the teacher's teaching about the planets, or in grade 10, they're learning about titration, or in college, they're learning about something. When the information is given to me the first time, my brain only learns at the chemical level, meaning that only the neurotransmitters in the brain will change to accommodate the new learning. As soon as I have another experience, it will lead to forgetting. And this will be true of many children, because the teacher will come one day, teach, and next day she says, what did we do yesterday? And the whole class will be blank. Because what could have happened, after this, there would have been the PT period. Children
Yeah.
would have gone out and forgotten what happened in the chemistry period. So it's basically at the chemical level, which is why it's very important for us to go into the next modality. So, for example, I taught today using a chalk and board or a whiteboard, or I used, an experiment, or I used children, made children do it in a project. The next day, I may need to use a completely different modality, meaning I may need to give the child something completely different. If I give hands on today, I may need to do visual tomorrow. So, then what happens when I'm giving multiple modalities, not just memorizing chalk and talk, what happens to the child's brain? It's gearing up to acquire that language and create what's called a synapse. This is the second level of learning, where different neurons come together, they form a synapse. Then the most important thing happens, I make one or two mistakes. That's when the brain creates the insulation called myelination. And you'll know, even in a copper wire, the copper alone does not conduct. Because there's an insulation, it's able to conduct electricity better. Similarly, in the synapse, for information to move, this myelination or insulation comes because of failure, when I make a mistake. So we have, as a culture, sort of demonized failure and demonized making mistakes, and we have not allowed children to learn. And so you'll see a lot of these children from grade 1 till grade 8 or something, 80, 90, everything. And when they meet with failure the first time in, say, grade 8 or grade 9, they want to end their life. They want to, completely give up coming to school. They have these extreme reactions because they've never learned in the most healthy way. Having said this, dealing with failure, there's a beautiful quote that says, failure may never harm you, but fear of failure can kill you. And it's something that I've always used in my life, because for me, when I was much younger, I was also driven by achievement. I needed that recognition. And, it was also something that my parents liked. If I brought in an award, if I did something, it was very important for them. But when I realized that that's not who I am, I'm somebody who's very content being a compassionate, kind person, all those achievements went away. In fact, I never accept awards, because for me, the most rewarding experience is this moment. If I'm with you making this video, this is rewarding as it is. And there's no failure or success in this, because this is a genuinely invested moment with you. Having said this, when it comes to fear of failure, the best thing to do, and I teach our children as well in our sessions, when you fail, the normal way to take it is to the heart. And then you feel so lost, dejected. I don't want to try again. I develop fear, anxiety, all of this. Instead, when failure happens, take it to your head, meaning allow the brain and the mind to figure out what steps can I use here to reframe this so that I can succeed at this, or to make it work, and see what it's teaching me. And this is where, when children ask me, why me? I usually ask them to ask, what is it trying to teach me? Because then, from the why me, the heart, I take it to what is it trying to teach me, I go to the head, it becomes much easier.
Get a better answer.
Answer for that, because it will be more solution focused. Instead of, where I'm going to stay in the problem focused point of view, I go to solution focused. When success happens, the normal way is to take it to the head, become, overconfident, proud, and then fail again. So that's when success happens, take it to the heart, live it in the moment, and look at your next set of goals. So failure must never get to your heart. Success must never get to your head. When you use that as a mantra for life, I think it works well.
Thank you.